Hey, this is Gatorix, and yes, today the newest structure deck came out, Beware the Traptrix. Interesting, it's got the 25th anniversary branding on it, but we're gonna go ahead and open this up, take a look at it, and talk about, is it worth it? For, if you're a Traptrix fan, perhaps. The only thing is, I only have 2. I wanted to get 3, but at the game store today, I guess all of the neckbeard sims beat me to it. But we'll still open it up. So, here we are. We got a, let me make sure this looks good. We got a Traptrix Pudica. I need to reread this one, but I think this one isn't terrible. But then we got Traptrix Guard, and this, they finally have a field spell, and it's really interesting too. Yeah, really interesting again. Trap Tantalizing Tune. This is the one, yeah, discard 1 level 4 insect or plant monster or 1 normal trap, draw 2 cards. Finally, we have a draw card for the Traptrix. It's really interesting too, it doesn't say a Traptrix monster specifically, it does say only a level 4 insect or plant monster. And then it does have an effect that you can banish it from the graveyard, target one of your banished level 4 insect or plant monsters or normal traps, and place it on the bottom of your deck so it kind of recycles things. Maybe I should kind of read the other ones here just a little more clearly. So yeah, as usual, unaffected by normal hold trap cards. You can only use each effect once per turn. When this card is normal summon, add 1 Traptrix Garden from your deck to your hand. And if it's special summon, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, banish it. And also during the standby phase, your opponent special summons 1 of their banished monsters. So when it's special summon, yeah, you can banish things. So interesting. But it is like removal there. But I feel like with your other traps, maybe that just works better. And then Garden, during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Traptrix monster in addition to your normal summoner set. So it gives you extra normal summons. So that's not bad. But again, I think, you know, already with Sarah's just a really good engine to be able to bring out more Traptrix. But that is the... So Sarah's normally what you would use to bring things out, but this seems like it's another way. The first time each insect or plant would be destroyed, you can banish 1 monster in control. Would be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not destroyed. Okay, and then you can banish 1 monster in control. Special 1 Traptrix monster from your hand or graveyard, and you can only use effects once per turn. Okay, so that helps you get the special summon effects off. Okay, that's interesting. Traptrix Pingulica. This one, absolutely gorgeous on the cover, on the box and everything. So this is the new one, 2 level 4. While this card has material unaffected by trap effects and the activate effects of monsters with the same type as this card's material, you can only use each effect, the following effects once per turn. Detach a material, and then add 1 Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. If a monster you owned by your opponent is in the graveyard or banished, or sent to the graveyard or banished by an effect, except during damage step, attach it. Okay. So on summon, it's going to be immune to plants or insects probably with your own monsters, and then you take your opponent's monsters and it'll be immune to that. Okay, that's pretty nice. That's right. See, I realized, you know, oh yeah, we read a bunch of the structure deck stuff already in an earlier video. But this one, I think just the fact that it's a big 25, so finally a Traptrix monster with some attack points, and that it can search stuff, that is pretty good. Traptrix Adipus, yeah, this is the one. I don't think this one's... well, I think it's still good, but that's the one that gives like the attack boost. Again, I think I read this, so I've seen all the good stuff. This is the other really good one, because this is, yeah, this that you can, if you control Traptrix, you can special summon this as a quick effect. So again, that's your turn or your opponent's turn. So that one's really nice, just getting extra monsters. So like they just have basically, you know, you basically just gave the Traptrix monsters a better Xyz engine. Okay. Evenly matched. This is probably a really good reason to pick up this deck with the evenly matched reprint. Just very easy there, and cool, it gets to stay in super rare. And being a normal trap card, that's good. So Traptrix Holutea, this is another one, so you can activate this card the turn it was set by discarding 1 normal trap. Okay, interesting. Special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 Traptrix in your graveyard, special summon it, and then you can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so again, just extra monsters. The fact that you can activate it the turn you set it is pretty good. Then we get into the other normal Traptrix monsters. The thing is, with a bunch of these, is that like they were not very difficult to get. They were all like common or rares anyways, and then they've had like other reprints. So Atrax, Mermailio. I don't think Atrax is super amazing anymore. Mermailio is like the main one because on normal summon you add a normal trap card, a normal whole trap card from your deck to your hand, and on special summon you target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it. Nepenthes, Dionea is a good one. On normal summon, special summons a Traptrix monster from the graveyard, so that helps with your rank 4s. Ganlesia, this one is that you can tribute this card and set 2 normal hold trap cards with different names, 1 for your deck, 1 for your graveyard, but banish them when they leave the field. So this just gets things out, but I don't think it's one of the amazing ones. hang on, it wasn't, hang on, that one wasn't the amazing one, was it? Hang on, there was another one. Are we missing one of the other Traptrix? Yeah, where's Mantis? Was that her name, Mantis? Hang on, yeah, we're missing one of the other Traptrix monsters, okay. Weird. But Vesiculo, I don't think that was a really, really amazing one either. But that's there. Because, yeah, normally, like, when it comes to, like, the core Traptrix, you'll want to be playing Myrmilio, you want to be playing Dianea. You're going to play the new one, I guess, that we got now. But not, that's weird. So I guess you got to pick up one of those. We got Gadarla and Encomungus. So, two of the big insect kaijus, cool. Retaliating Sea, alright. Resonance Insect, okay. Lone Fire is always good to have, but it wasn't always a hard card to get. Ash Blossom and Joyous String, this is a big reason you would probably get this. For whatever reason, however many times this card gets reprinted, it is still the $5 common. I think it still is. But otherwise, if you don't have any of these, good reason to pick this deck up. Rose Lover, generic plant support, I don't think it's super amazing. Sage the Floor, Mech Knight. Oh yeah, you get some of the Mech Knights in this. Interesting. Moral Attack. See, it really is crazy that they literally just said, okay, we're going to give them Hat as a deck. So yeah, Moral Attack is good if you're going to be playing that Hat-built based version of Traptrix. Okay, and look, you have the hands too. Fire Hand, Ice Hand, and look, their ugly brother, Thunder Hand. So see, they just gave you Hat in the deck. Raigeki, always good and still legal, so if by chance you don't have one, there's that. And Harpies, so yeah, that's honestly pretty crazy, giving you Harpies and Raigeki, two of the big blowout cards just in the deck. Like, again, these aren't like super hard to get, and these aren't super like, you know, high price. I even think, well, Harpies maybe a bit, but it's had like lower rarity printings, you know, throughout it. But like, other than that, like, just if you don't have them, amazing. Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. I think this was another one of the new ones. So if your opponent special summons a monster this turn, target one monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack, destroy it. Then if you have a whole normal trap in your graveyard, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard. You can only activate once per turn. Banishing a monster from your opponent's graveyard is pretty crazy too. Does not have to be the one that you destroyed. And on top of that, if they special summon a monster, the one that you target to destroy doesn't even have to be the one that was special summoned. So that can be useful. As long as they special summon at least once in a turn, then you can get that effect. Okay, that's nice. Regular Trap Hole, not amazing. Bottomless I feel like is always good and useful. And look, you get 2 Bottomless. So if you were by 3, you'd end up with 6. Void, I've always been a fan of Void Trap Hole. I think it's good. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, don't think... Oh, and look, you get 2 of those also. Don't think that's been a super amazing one. Floodgate's good to have, though. So that is when your opponent summons a monster, change that monster to face down defense position, and monster change to face down defense position. By this effect, cannot change battle position. So that's just Book of Moons automatically, and it's on any kind of summon, so that's just good to have. Gravediggers, that's a good one. When your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand or graveyard, or when your opponent's banished monster effect is activated, negate the effect, and if you do, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. That's a big punish there. And Trap Trick, this is the one that lets you get any normal trap onto your field. So that's nice. And they, oh wow, shoot, they even give you Shade Brigandine. So this one, if you don't know, this is another card that you can activate. Yeah, you can activate it the turn it was set, and it brings out a level 4 monster. So that just helps you make more rank 4 Xyz. They literally just gave you like an actual good deck. And look, there's the Artifact Sanctum for the Moral Attack. Sacred Tree, this lets you swap out your plants and insects. It was a fun tech before. This hurts to see. Not that this is here, but just a common rarity Rafflesia. It looks so much better in secret. But that's there that you have it. And then look, you even get Alamuris, and you get Kularia and Sarah. And okay, look, there is Mantis. And look, you got your advertisements there. Why the heck did they put Mantis at the back of it with everything else? Okay. But otherwise, Rafflesia, Alamuris are good. Rafflesia lets you activate traps from the deck. This one's good. Sarah is the main one because this is probably just one of the best cards for Traptrix more recently. So it's a Link 1 and you just need any non-Link Traptrix to make it. So this Link Summon card is unaffected by trap effects, just all trap effects. And you can only use each the following effects once per turn. If a normal trap card is activated by your... special summon one Traptrix monster from your deck with a different name than the ones you control. So that just brings out, literally any of those. You can bring out Myrmilio and pop things, or you can bring out some of the others. And if your other Traptrix monster effect is activated, you can set one whole normal trap directly from the deck. So again, you'll activate a hole, bring out Mermalio, you can pop, or bring out any of your others, and their effects activate on special summon, and then you're going to get the effect to search a hole. This one is just, too good. And then Mantis. Mantis was the other good one. So it is, when this card is normal summon, you can add one Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand, and once per turn as a quick effect, you can target one spell or trap card you control, return that targeted hand, then you can set one spell or trap card from your hand. So that one's interesting. If any of your stuff gets targeted while this is face on the field, for destruction, you can just bounce it back to the hand, and then on top of that too, if you have your Shade Brigandine, you can set that and still activate it the turn it was set to. So that's just a good one. I'm still trying to figure out why Mantis was at the back. So overall, Traptrix is just a very solid deck, and I would say if you want to play Traptrix, this is kind of an instant buy, just for the new stuff. You got your field spell, you got your draw card, and you got your new monster, and especially Arachnocampia is cool. Just being an extra monster. So if you want to play Traptrix, 100%, buy 3 of these, get going. I've been seeing that people with 3 copies of this have already, been doing some pretty crazy stuff. Literally you just need to buy 3 of these and you kind of don't need anything else. Maybe a side deck, right? Maybe fill out that extra deck. Because aside from that, you already have you have generically good cards. You got Evenly Matched. You got Ash Blossoms. You have 3 of those. Again, you'll have the other stuff that not just the Traptrix. Again, generic stuff like Harpies and Raigeki. And I think that was mostly it. Now, as for if you should buy this in general, if you're not at all into Traptrix, does it have enough good reprints? Like I said, Evenly Matched, that's a great reprint to get. I'm trying to remember if it was really printed in much else. For whatever reason, if you don't have an Ash Blossom, you should have an Ash Blossom by now if you've been buying structure decks. But for whatever reason, I'm just glad that it seems like it's just constantly in rotation, at the very least, just for accessibility. And again, you don't have Harpies or Raigeki, but I have a bunch of those from different structure decks. So very, very solid. See, I couldn't get 3 of these, so I couldn't put together oh, hey, here's a deck that you could use, you're using only 3 of these. But I feel really, you're just going to be just playing 3 of everything good. I always forget the hand that the hat stuff is in here, but you can definitely play these because if by chance you don't know, in older formats this was a very powerful deck using the Fire Hand, Ice Hand, Moral Attack, plus the original Traptrix monsters that were there. So it's just very good in being able to get rid of your opponent's stuff. So I would say 100% worth it if you want to play Traptrix. And worth it if you happen to need any of the reprints in here. I feel there wasn't anything super brand new or super amazing again, because like I said, Ash Blossom and Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, those are just kind of constantly reprinted at this point. All the Trap Hole stuff has been reprinted pretty well. Though I think Sarah was pretty high priced because just because it hadn't gotten a lower reprint, which now it has that. And aside from that, really Evenly Matches the only other really good generic thing, really good reprint. So that is that's the rating. I think that this is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be fun for you if you are playing this. So those are my thoughts on the deck. And if you'd like to see just any other kind of more discussion, yeah, that's it. But if you'd like to see more videos, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Hopefully I'm going to be getting back to doing more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Had to take a little bit of a break, but we're going to get back to stuff, and especially scripted stuff and Master Duel stuff as well. So stick around for that. But anyway, this has been GatorX. Catch you all later.